The journey begins before the war. It begins in Africa, where unemployment rates soar, education systems struggle, and hope is a luxury many cannot afford. For a young man in Lagos, Accra, or Kinshasa, survival is a daily challenge. Some families are struggling to put food on the table, while others owe debts they cannot repay. It is in this context that recruiters find their prey across Africa. Organized networks promise jobs, money, and training. They paint visions of opportunity, often showing images of soldiers well equipped and respected. Many youths, desperate to provide for their families, sign up. Some leave home with dreams. Some leave simply because their alternative is worse. But reality is a cruel teacher. Soon,
they are working,
the foreign land greets them not with opportunity, but with danger.
And even the training is so hard. They carrying with very huge weapons. The problem, what are they facing for? There's a
Africa's sons are transported across continents to places they barely know, to fight in wars they never chose, under commanders who do not see them as equals. The journey, which began as hope, becomes the first step into a reality of exploitation. Once on the front lines, the dream dissolves. African youths often find themselves in the harshest conditions, given the heaviest task, and treated as expendables. Racial abuse is common. Many commanders mock their accents, question their intelligence, or use them as scapegoats. Equipment is often inadequate, and training is minimal. In the trenches, soldiers are sent on dangerous missions with little support. Many survive by instinct alone. Others do not survive at all. Yet, the orders come down the chain and they obey. For these youths, refusal is not an option. Escape is almost impossible.
Maybe there's few days getting with the food, and maybe 5 days they didn't get the food. Even it's so hard even to bath.
The psychological toll is immense. Every day is a battle, not just with the enemy, but with the despair of being far from home, abused by those who should lead, and trapped in a system with no mercy. Yet, some still find ways to survive. They form bonds, they share food, and hold on to the hope that one day they will return home. The cost of this war is not only measured in bullets or blood, but in lives broken, dreams shattered, and futures lost. Some never make it back. Others return with injuries, physical, emotional, or psychological, that haunt them forever. Families across Africa are left asking questions with no answers. Why did our sons go? Who recruited them? Who will take responsibility? Across the continent, communities are grappling with the absence of youth who should have been builders, innovators, and leaders. Instead, they are soldiers in foreign conflicts, pawns in geopolitical games. And yet, these stories remain largely invisible. Media coverage is minimal, and those who try to speak out are silenced or ignored. This invisibility adds another layer of despair, the feeling that their suffering does not matter. Even in the darkest trenches, hope persists. Some youths find ways to document abuse, secretly record messages, or communicate with families.
Angry, to be honest. I was afraid that we might lose him, because now we speak about war. People die, you know. Even innocent people die. Even the soldiers die in the war. What about him? He's not a soldier. He's just a guy who wanted a better life for him and his children.
Back home, human rights groups, families and activists are beginning to demand accountability. They are exposing recruitment networks, advocating for safer alternatives, and shining light on a system that preys on Africa's most vulnerable. Resistance is quiet, but it is growing. Awareness is spreading. And the hope is that the next generation will not be forced into survival wars across continents. The story of Africa youth in foreign wars is a story of survival, exploitation, and resilience. It is a mirror reflecting the failures of society, the failures of governments, recruiters, and systems that leaves our youth with no choice but danger. Yet, it is also a story of courage, the courage of young men who endure, of families who hope, and of activists who fight for justice. Kann Media Group brings this story to light because Africa's youth deserves more than survival. They deserve a future. Share this story. Talk about it. Comment. Engage. Let the world know that exploitation has a name and that we will not let it continue in silence. Africa's youth are not pawns. They are our future. And it is our responsibility to protect them.